Hello there, I'm Scotty, you're not, and welcome back to March of the Living Dead at 3. Yes. And we're taking a look at Resident Evil Afterlife, the only one of these that I've actually seen before. Yeah. Back in 2010, if you can believe it, me, DeGrovey, and our friend Travis went over to the movie theater, used to be over there, that way. Yonder. Uh, I went to see this. I don't think it was in 3D, but they were heavily advertising this as 3D. And so we sat down, and I don't know if I had popcorn or not, but I remember sitting there watching it, and I had no fucking idea what was going on. Because I had not seen the previous three, but they offered, I think they paid. One of them paid, I think. I don't think I paid. One of them did. So, hey, free movie, let's go. So, yeah, and the only thing I learned from watching that is that the bug things are from Resident Evil 5. I remember because, like, at the end, one of them, I think it was Grovey, said, that's Jill Valentine. That's what she looks like in Resident Evil 5. Okay, that game had come out before this, and so they incorporated stuff into it, including that. And the reason why I confused this with Silent Hill, the Axemen. I don't mean Curtis Axel. I don't mean Axel Tischer or what's his name? I forgot his name in Double Double E. He was the Alexander Wolf. Is that what it was? Yeah. Axeman. I know that's not what it is, but still. Yes, because I saw one. Oh, that's why I confuse it. Because big guy with a hammer reminds me of Pyramid Head, because he had a hammer thing, right? But, whatever. Yeah, and so we start, but shockingly, following up the tease from the last one. It's not done very well, but it is followed up on, so I appreciate that. This movie is directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, the first one, for him to do so. Yeah, we start off with is The Matrix. We start in Tokyo, which is where it explained last time. I think we see an outbreak there, but then Alice shows up with her clones. And there's all this big action scene with them, with all the Matrixy moves. And I'm thinking, wait, and maybe it's different when you watch these back to back to back like I have. Didn't they say that the clones couldn't last? The one that she burst out of the thing in the last one died, right? Because it couldn't breathe or whatever? Or couldn't... Then they say in the last one that they tried to clone her so they could replicate her success with the T virus, but none of them worked. And now she has hundreds of these, and they're just fine. Of course, they all die because unless you have more than one Mila Jovovich in a movie, right? And hey, this is the first one to not only not start with naked Mila Jovovich. I know that 2 technically didn't have naked Mila Jovovich, but kind of did. But like, there is no naked Mila Jovovich in this movie. Maybe we should find like Paul. You don't have to keep writing naked scenes for me. I'm your wife. You want to see them? Just ask. Right? Maybe he even realized, oh wait, this is my wife. I don't need to write to see her naked. Why would you want to show his wife's body off anyway? I don't know. Maybe it's because they had children and they no longer wanted to do the nude scenes by this point. Because I think Ever Anderson was born, right? By this point. Which would make sense. Well, I have kids now. I don't want to be naked. Ever Anderson was born 2007. So, okay. She was born after the last one. So maybe she's like, okay, no more naked me anymore. I don't know. I really don't know. Um, yeah. Wesker is there, like I said, now played by Sean Roberts, and it may be a bit of a. Well, actually, no. That was what we've got from Jason O'Mara and whoever the hell the guy was in the remake. This is the best version of Wesker to be in a movie. Sorry, Lance Reddick, but you were never really Wesker to begin with. Also, that was a TV show. I said this on Instagram last night because people were complaining. Right. What was it? It was a post about changing people's races in movies and stuff. And why people get so mad about it. And I said, if you want to have a diverse cast, I did not say diverse because I don't remember the name. You want to have a movie with a diverse cast or show a diverse cast, by all means, do that. By all means, do it. It's fair. It's your prerogative. But don't take an established IP and then try to make it diverse, like making Wesker black, or Snow White Mexican, or the Red Power Ranger a fucking girl. Yeah, just I like Peyton Elizabeth Lee. I haven't seen her in anything, but I've heard she's a good actress. And they're like, I'm like, okay, she's pink or yellow, that could work. And like, she's gonna be the Red Ranger. And now, hear me out. If this was like another season of the show or something where it's a different suits, new Rangers, it'd be one thing. But this is a reboot of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which is telling me you are turning Jason into a female. No. Just like I said when after the 2017 Power Rangers movie came out and the cast was like, we want Tommy to be a girl. Fuck no. Not only that, that's even worse because Tommy's such a legendary character to just say, oh, we want to turn that character female is not only like it's one of the most shittiest things to do. It's the assassination of a character to me. To take one of the most legendary characters like Tommy Oliver and just say, oh, we want it to be a girl because, hey, guess what? We do that. There's 3 girls, 3 guys. Who the fuck cares? You do not do that to a beloved character like that. And low key, high key, between you and me, I don't know how those words work. Between you and me, I think it's why that sequel never got made. I think it's because the cast made that statement and then people got pissed about it and like, okay, no, we can't do this. Rather than actually just cooperate, they're like, nope, we're deciding to do a sequel. Because that's what they wanted to do. And they knew they were going to piss people off. So they just said, oh, the box office didn't do good. It wasn't received well. Which are, a part of that. But I still call it bullshit. I think they wanted to do the female Tommy and knew people would get pissed. And instead of just, I think it was a lose-lose anyway. Because no matter who you cast, woman or man, it was never going to live up to Jason David Frank to begin with. So you kind of had it, what it was. And I didn't mind the diverse recastings. I didn't mind that Trini was Mexican. I didn't mind that Billy was black or even autistic, because I'm autistic, in case you don't know. It kind of worked. I didn't care that Zach was Asian. Though, and this is a stereotype, I know. Shouldn't the Asian kid be the smart one? But Billy wasn't the smart one. He was on the spectrum. He was still kind of smart. Anyway, back to this movie. How did I even get on that? Because of Wesker. That's right. But I like Sean Roberts as Wesker. Like I said, I know him from Degrassi. He's been on Supernatural, I think. He's been in other things, And he's fine. But my problem with Wesker, well, I guess I've never seen the other movies, but my problem with Wesker in this movie, at least, is he's very robotic. Alice, I have injected you with a serum. I'm just like, okay. And he's injected himself with the T-virus. Now he injects Mila Jovovich or Alice, whatever. I call her Mila Jovovich. With a serum that takes away her powers. Not that it means jack shit in this movie, because she's still does all the flippy doodah things that she's done in the last three. So I was like, I thought her powers were gone, but she's still doing. I mean, she's not summoning fireballs to take out crows, but I don't know. But after defeating Wesker, he survives, by the way. Yeah, he has superhuman powers on a weird CGI tentacle thing that comes out of his mouth. Because this was in 3D, don't you know? So they have to have a bunch of 3D effects. Yeah. 6 months pass and Alice makes it to Alaska, but nothing is there. There's absolutely nothing there, except for someone who tries to attack her. But this is revealed to be Claire, who has a bug thing on her chest. Which this is from Resident Evil 5, and I am confused on what this is supposed to do. Because here, it makes her attack her, so it turns them evil, right? And it gives them amnesia, which takes away from something later. But also later, when they find the rest of the survivors who were tricked by Umbrella, fucking surprise, this was all a trick by Umbrella. They all have the bugs on them, and one of them, we'll get to him. They save one of them, and they act all, what, huh? And it's just like, I'm like, shouldn't they try to attack them? No, and it just, I don't know. And then there's another character who shows up at the end, where it's like, they are very sentient and not a crazy attack person like Claire was. So how does it work exactly? No. But she destroys the bug thing, and it has amnesia, and she's kind of withdrawn. But they hop in a plane and fly to Los Angeles, or what's left of it, Los Angeles. And there are now survivors living in a prison. Yeah, we meet Luther West, the best of the new characters. Well, in a way, I like Luther. Kim Young, Il or Un? No, just Kim Young. Crystal Waters, which I feel like was done specifically because a lot of was in this movie. Claire Rivers, Crystal Waters, and I realized her name is Claire. Like, this is Claire, and I'm like, no, Clear. It's Clear. No, Clear. And Angel Ortiz and Bennett, who's played by Kim Coates, and I'm like, he's a bad guy. It's Kim Coates. He's mostly always a bad guy, except for some reason in Silent Hill. And yes, this makes Kim Coates one of the only actors to be in both Silent Hill and Resident Evil movie. What do you know? Yeah. So she lands. It says lands on Wikipedia. She lands. She basically, fall with style. I flied? No, you falled. Hey, by the way, there's a rumor they're going to remake Land Before Time. Don't fucking do that. But by the way, it would be funny if a meme comes out of it, though. If they made it bombed, and you get a meme where it's the remake movie. I flied? Box office. No, you falled. Or critics. No, you falled. Anyway, so she lands on the prison's roof, and we find out Arcadia is not a place but a cargo boat tanker thingy that's traveling along the coast. And that's where I'm like, oh, right, it's a trap, right? Do I remember that right? It was a trap. I'm trying to remember. Things are coming back to me, but not in the right order. Because I'm like, yeah. There's an inmate, and it's revealed to be Chris Redfield, Claire's brother, who is played by Wentworth Miller, Captain Cold from The Flash and the Arrowverse, who's also in Prison Break. And I do laugh because he should know how to break out of this, right? It's a prison cell. He says he's innocent and all that, and he wants to escape. He will provide an escape route for Alice and stand for freedom. But then we get what I thought was going to be naked Mila Jovovich. But she goes to take a shower, and we find that a creepy dude who's the cop from Valentine, which is appropriate because I'm doing this on the 13th. Tomorrow, from when I'm recording this, is Valentine's Day. So, yeah. It's Wendell. I guess he was a part of the people that were there. I did not notice him. But, yeah. Then the effective who dug into the prison show up and attack. So no naked Miniovich for you. Wendell was killed. Oh no! Yeah. To help them out, they free Chris. Claire does not recognize him, and this is my problem with her having amnesia, as we are now denied a moment where they meet each other and embrace. Right? She has no memory of him. So that moment is gone because you decide to give her fucking amnesia for no reason. There's no reason why these things give them amnesia. There's no reason to it. It's just a running gag at this point that everybody gets fucking amnesia in these movies. Yeah, Alice, Chris, and Crystal. This is where the Axeman shows up. I'm an Axeman. Dun, dun. I'm like, oh, that's why I confuse this with Silent Hill sometimes. They're very similar to me, at least. Yeah. But they find a room of fucking guns as they find the armory. And I do like when Chris is like, we have an armory here. And they're like, how do you know that they're still down there? I think Luther says that. He turns him and he goes, because by the time it was almost over, there was more guns than there was people. I like that. I also like earlier when they mentioned about Alice's plan that you could take us there one by one. And I'm like, that's tedious, and you have the gas for that. Crystal is killed. Oh no! Who? Crystal Waters, right? As Luther and Claire reforce the gate. Angel informs Bennett that the car is missing engine. There's no engine in the car. No room for you. It'll take a week to fix. So Bennett then shoots Angel. Kim Coates is a bad guy? No way! And it's when Arcadia and Alice is playing. Yeah. Called it. Ding ding. Hello? Yes, it's me. I called it. So they decide to... The Axeman breaks down the gate. On the zombies to break into the prison. So yes. The group runs away from them. He's in the tunnels that the zombies dug. Lucky them. To escape into the sewers. Young is slashed they fucking in half by the Axeman. Alice then kills the Axeman. Don't need you, expensive CGI anymore. And then Luther is trapped into the tunnels by the zombies. Oh no! I actually care this time. I like Luther. Like I say, he's my favorite new character. Chris is fine, but they don't do shit with him. And it's like, well, Chris is an actual character from the games. Yes. Your point. I liked Luther. He was a basketball player. I like basketball. Michael Jordan. But the other three, they board the Arcadia. They get on the Arcadia. And it's functional, but there's no one there. So then Claire magically gets memories back. Remembering, it's a trap. And they test subjects. And the convoy, after her convoy, escaped to Alaska. They released the survivors, which includes Kmart! Yay! Because we were also concerned for Kmart. And this is where they pull her out, and they've all got the bug things on them for some reason. And she instead of attacking her like Claire did, she's just taking off. It's okay, we're your friends. Do you remember us? And then she has no lines in this, I don't think. I don't think Kmart has any lines in this movie. Then there's just a magical trail of blood there that wasn't there when they walked in. Yeah. And it leads to Wesker, because he's like a monster thing now that eats people, I guess. The T-Virus revived him. And he's like, the T-Virus revived me, but it battles for control. This is where I'm like, did he go to the Keanu Reeves acting school? Because Keanu Reeves could do this. The T-Virus revived me, but it fights for control. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. I mean, come on. Keanu Reeves could read this, and it was like, same thing. It's like that meme from The Office. Tell me the difference between these pictures. They're the same picture. That's what it is. And I have not seen Through the Office, but I know that meme. No! God, no! That meme, too. I know that one. And Jim constantly just looking at the camera. I've seen one episode of The Office. Well, back when I started watching on Netflix, I'm like, okay, that's all right. And then I just never to it. Not that I don't like it. It's on Peacock, I think, but still. Anyway. He believes that fresh human DNA can pacify this thing. And it turns out the Umbrella staff left after he started eating them. Okay. The test subjects. Not them, the test subjects. Okay. He believes that Alice's DNA is superior because she retained control despite bonding with the virus. So if he eats her, it would help him regain control of his body. Hey, pal? You took her powers away. She's normal. Ain't gonna do shit. If she's still the T-Virus, sure. And again, they go out of their way to say that Alice is all powerful when she has no powers. Like, she's special. She has no power. No, she's special. Because something about her body allowed the T-Virus to bond with her. Okay. Still a fight ensues. Well, the Redfields, for some reason, fight Wesker. And Alice takes on Bennett. It's the other way around, but okay. Who is working for Wesker. Shock. Wesker easily overpowers Chris and Claire. No shit. But Alice is able to defeat both of them. Because, she just kicks Bennett. And then, she grabs, Kim out, gives her the gun, and she kicks the shit out of Wesker. And shoots him, she, stabs him in the mouth. And then, shoots him in the face. And then, the Redfield show up just, shoot the shit out of him. Right? But he's gonna come back, so they lock him in. And I laughed my ass off, because they lock him in, and he starts talking to him to a speaker. Yeah, let me out of here. And then they just shoot the call box. And you don't see it, but you hear Wesker ate him, and then he escapes onto a plane. And this is where I went, nope. This makes no sense. So he escapes on a plane, he flies out, like, come on, let's go. And they've run up to somewhere. It's not Alice's plane, it's a different plane. Right? In an aircraft, yes. Turns out there's a bomb on there, because Alice somehow knew he was going to try to escape, despite not knowing Wesker was still fucking alive. Maybe she did it for Bennett? I don't know, but it explodes. 'Tis but a scratch. Apparently, it's but the buzzing of flies to him. Because he's just fine. He's in a parachute as he floats away. And Luther's still alive. Yay! They show someone running up in a tunnel, and I went, no. Because I don't remember everything. And he shoots two zombies, starts talking in the subtitles. It's that annoying yellow subtitles with the black background. I hate that. It's the only one they have on here, though. It says Luther. I'm like, no! And he's alive. I guess. Does he come back? I don't know. Chris doesn't. I looked that up. He's not in any of them. Claire does in the last one. But Chris doesn't until the remake. Yeah. But, they decide to actually turn Arcadia into a real haven. Broadcast a new message. That's smart, because immediately after she does that, bunch of not ships, aircraft controlled by Umbrella show up. Which, by the way, Kim just disappears from the fucking movie. I have no doubt she's in this big group of people all wearing white, the test subjects, but, and like, when the aircraft show up, they all just kind of stand there, and I'm sitting here going, send everyone back down under, or they're all gonna get shot to death. No, they just set the next one. Coin flip as to whether or not they follow up on that, but it was a miracle they followed up on the clone thing. Somewhat. Then the mid-credit scene shows that Jill Valentine is still alive, and she's in a sexy leotard with the bug thing on her chest, which this is where the girl said, that's from Resident Evil 5. But, okay. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. And again, I want to point out, when we saw Claire, she was feral, just attacking her. Right? Kmart was shocked and surprised and had no idea what's going on. Jill is fucking sentient. Like, she's actually working for them. Like, she's not crazy. She's normal. She's, like, commanding these people as they get ready. And I'm just like, that's 3 different things you showed us from the same device. You don't even know what the fuck you're doing with it. And I don't even know. That makes me feel like I have no idea what it's supposed to do from the games. Is it mind control? What does it do? I don't know. But what I do know is, so after all these years, how does this hold up for me after only seeing it once 16 years ago almost, and watching it now? It's alright. It's nothing to write home about, but it's, I think they peaked with 2, to be honest, and then But I'll give it a high middle of the road. It's better than the last one, I'll give you that much. Do I have nostalgia for it? I only saw it once. So it's not like... I maybe saw bits and pieces of it on TV once, too. I don't know, but... Yeah, so far nothing too infuriating. I have gone off a little bit on some of the decisions they made, but... We'll see, bitch. We'll see. Anyway, what are your thoughts on Resident Evil Afterlife? Leave a comment, so much, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.